Hey everyone, in this installment of Q&A with Wall Street, I'm going to look at PayPal stock and its question and answer session with Wall Street analysts. Of course, PayPal stock crashed, well, I shouldn't say crashed, but fell significantly following its latest quarterly results. So it's going to be informative to look inside and see what's going on and what Wall Street is curious about with PayPal stock. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. All right, so I'll start with the question from Darren Peller from Wolf Research saying, you're mentioning you're not incorporating these new initiatives in your profit growth for this year. But when we think about some of these, it looks like they're going to be beneficial to gross profit growth. Good question, right? And if you're not aware, PayPal told investors that for 2024, their earnings per share are going to be roughly flat. So they're not going to deliver any profit growth in 2024. So that's why Wall Street is certainly interested about its prospects. And the new CEO saying, we're not putting in these expectations into the guidance until we see execution. We just think it's prudent for us to put points on the board before we put it into the guidance. So they're taking what looks like a wait and see approach, although they do expect these initiatives to be positive to profitability. They're not sure yet if it's actually going to work. And so rather than telling investors that they're pretty sure that it's going to work, they're just saying, you know what, we're not even going to count it. We're not going to count it. We're just not going to count it until we see it happen. But he goes on to say that there is demand in the market and we're starting right now. We will update you as we start to see points on the board and adjust our guidance as needed. So if we need to, and if we see incremental results turn out to be positive, then we'll update the guidance throughout the year. So after the first quarter comes out, they'll likely update investors and let us know if profits actually going to be better than they initially expected, because they're starting to see some of the benefits of these new initiatives. So more likely than not, it looks like PayPal understated its profit forecast, understated its profit expectations for 2024, and really gave conservative guidance. And I'm not a fan of that. You're telling investors that you're giving investors conservative guidance, and then you're telling investors that you gave conservative guidance. So why not just tell us what you think is the most likely scenario? Why not just give us accurate information as to the best of your knowledge, instead of trying to make us guess by how much you're going to upgrade the earnings per share outlook as the year progresses? So just my opinion, one of my pet peeves. I don't like when management teams either are too optimistic, in the case of Tesla and Elon Musk, or in this case with PayPal being conservative, as they are saying, not incorporating these expectations into the guidance. Just tell me what you think based on your best estimates, right? Based on your best forecast and your execution, just tell me what you think profits are going to be. Don't be conservative or optimistic. Let me make the decision and let me decide if what you're saying is likely or unlikely. All right, so moving on, he says, we are creating experiences across the entire customer life cycle, not just checkout, not just at checkout. So they're expanding slightly. They're not going into a new area, right? They're not going into an entirely new business. They're not starting a streaming content company or anything like that, but they're expanding, not just being the checkout provider, but they want to be a little bit more than that. And one way they're going to do that is to give rewards back to our customers so that they have a reason to choose PayPal at every purchase, And that's a good point, right? If you have, most of us, or I should say many people, have credit cards that give rewards. So if you've got that reward credit card, you're more likely to choose that one instead of PayPal, which gives you zero reward. Unless, of course, PayPal, if I'm shopping online, PayPal is a go-to choice, because especially if it's a new website, I should say, because I don't need to bring out my credit card. I don't need to type in that new information to a new website, look at all the numbers, all the typing and all of that, right? If they have PayPal and they recognize that I have PayPal and all I have to do is click login, it speeds up the process significantly. So I'm going to choose PayPal. Even if I'm giving up 1 or 2% rewards from my credit card, I prefer to just use PayPal just for the speed and the convenience. But imagine if PayPal also gives you rewards. So you're getting the rewards and it's more convenient. That just makes it more compelling. The use case increases. And if they get really good at it, and this is a stretch, but if they get really good, where consumers are looking to PayPal now for these rewards, they can even have a website where they have their rewards offers available. And now you go to PayPal first, right? You go to PayPal first. You go to paypal.com to look at what offers are available. Is a merchant offering, 5% back or 10% back in rewards if you use PayPal? And that'll drive incremental traffic to PayPal and its partners, and the merchants will be more interested in using PayPal as a payment method, as a payment solution, and perhaps even more than that. So there are opportunities here for PayPal if it can capitalize, if it can deliver some innovation here to merchants and consumers to make it a more attractive value proposition, more so than just that convenience at checkout. The CEO continues that they're leaning into demand generation and actually solving the biggest challenge that their merchants have, which is finding new customers. As we think about their advanced offers platform or creating shopper insights so that our merchants can start to engage and personalize their experience through our data and through the AI that we can lean through, right? That could be innovative. Use your data to match consumers with merchants, right? Maybe you have a consumer that you noticed is shopping for a certain product or just recently purchased a certain product, and now you have merchants that sell complements to that product that can now market to that customer and try and engage that customer in purchasing those incremental products, right? What if PayPal has the data that somebody just bought an iPhone? Well, now PayPal can connect that customer with the merchants that are selling accessories for the iPhone, the battery chargers, the cases, etc., right? Merchants would love to have that data, would love to have the access to that customer that just bought an iPhone, like, a couple of days ago, or maybe just that day, right? Fresh, before they bought a case, before maybe they bought chargers or accessories. They want access to that customer and they'll be willing to pay for access to that customer. If PayPal can harness that data in time and in an innovative enough way to match it with merchants, that's a service that could be attractive and value additive, and one that PayPal can benefit from. So I like that they're focusing in this area, and I'm excited to see what comes out, but I'm certainly looking closely for something to come out of this. I don't want this to be something that just goes on and on without seeing any innovation come out. So I'm certainly waiting for something to come out from PayPal in this regard. And if it takes too long, then investors may become impatient with PayPal, given that they've guided to such flat earnings per share prospects for 2024. So definitely interesting to find out a little bit more about what the CEO is thinking about 2024 and why the CEO gave that guidance for flat earnings per share, and a little more insight into the company's happenings. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.